Hi, welcome to Changing Mindsets with Louise Namara. Now, I believe we've all heard of the Spanish flu that broke out during the World War I, that was in 1918, that claimed about 50 to 100 million lives. It was so severe, especially in Philadelphia, to the extent that there were no funeral services to bury the dead. People had to bury their own dead, and they buried them in their bed sheets in which they died in, because there was no one to wash those sheets. They also resorted to mass graves because the number of people that died per day was so overwhelming. The health workers became so few, to the extent that those who had resigned were called to come back and work, and they also recruited first-year students. It was so severe. Now the question would be, was there a warning? Yes, there was. When the pandemic broke out, there was a global warning. Some countries listened, others never took heed. Look at San Francisco. It took heed. It shut down the country. The schools were shut down, the restaurants, the bars, all other social gatherings were all shut down. And the trains that rode through were not allowed to stop. If it was inevitable, those that came off those trains were quarantined for some time. More to that, they were supposed to wash their hands and be clean, and everybody was supposed to wear a mask on the face. If you were caught without a mask, then you were fined $5. And at that time, it was a lot of money. Now, the only mistake that San Francisco made was that when they announced that the pandemic was gone, they opened up the country to the surrounding communities. But the pandemic wasn't done. It instead was mitigating. And then there arose the pandemic again. And San Francisco was affected, but not as severely as the other countries like Philadelphia. Now, yes, the economy definitely went down. Now, right now, the world is facing a global pandemic, that is a coronavirus pandemic, and a third of the world population is under lockdown, and the economy is going down. It will literally hit rock bottom. But what is the mentality that we can adapt during this time, and most especially after the virus is gone? Well, there's a saying that goes, when you hit rock bottom, the only way left to go is up. When you hit rock bottom, the only way left to go is up. Yes, maybe you are employed, or maybe you are running a business, or maybe you are working on a project, and all this has come to a standstill because of the virus. Well, I want to encourage you. When the virus is gone, please hold on to that mentality that yes, I could have hit rock bottom, but now the only way left for me to go is to go up, is to work towards success. This mentality will help open your mind up to new ideas, to more creative ideas, to more strategic ways of how to do business. Now, let us look at Africa. Africa has been on rock bottom for way, in fact, it has just hit rock bottom right now. We've been depending on the Western world for self-sustainability. But now, even the Western world is being affected by this pandemic, and they're on a shutdown as well. Now, my question is, are we going to just die? No, we have only one way out, and that is to go up, to work towards being self-sustainable. It was really very encouraging to watch TV recently on here in Uganda, how many organizations and companies unitedly came together and donated different items to fight this pandemic here in Uganda. Now, if we're to keep with the same spirit, same attitude, we will definitely work upwards towards self-sustainability if we can help each other. Let me give an example. Say the virus is done, the virus is done, and say you have a plot of land. Plant your crops. Then you, the neighbor, buy those crops and support this farmer. You can also go ahead and market this farmer. In marketing the farmer is going to pay you, you'll earn from that. Then maybe if you're good at accounts, you can come and help the farmer with accounts, and you'll also earn from that. And the cycle goes on and on and on. It's all about helping one another to stand, to rise up. Now, many people say that in Africa there is no good, or maybe the services are not good, or the products are not good, and all that. But let me ask you what, and they say that what is good comes from the Western world. But let me ask you one question. Why is it that the Europeans came and colonized Africa? Why did they fight to partition Africa? Because they realized that Africa is the richest continent in the world. The only people that do not know it, I think, are the Africans, and they go ahead to wait for products and services from the Western world. What I think is that this is the time for Africa to arise. Let us help one another. We've hit rock bottom. The only way for us to go now is to go up. Let's hold each other's hands. Let us unite. Let us support one another and work towards success. When you hit rock bottom, the only way left to go now is to go up, to work towards success. Thank you so much.